Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Everquest Old School. And on this episode, we are over at the wall with my Cleric, who is level 11. We got a pretty good group going. If you guys watched the last video, you will see we ended off with a bang. We actually had almost the whole throne room pulled on us. That was a lot of Centurions. I think like 6, maybe 8 Centurions, a couple Legos. Threw in a couple pawns just for good measure, not that they really were doing anything, but they were there. Anyone missing cleric buffs? We actually have 2 clerics, I believe. What is Rich? He's a cleric. So we have 3 clerics, I believe, with us right now. No, did the other one leave? Yeah, that's right. The other one left. So we still have 2. So 2 clerics, an enchanter, a mage, and then our 2 tanks up here in the front. I believe one of them's a paladin, the other one I'm not quite sure on. But we're doing pretty well here. I've gotten, I think, about a bubble, maybe a bubble and a half since I've joined in the last 30 minutes. So not quite as good as experience inside the throne room, but still doing pretty good. You can't really expect to level faster than this, especially if you're by yourself. Soloing would just be horrible, horrible. Full mana, good to go. And you can use those abbreviations. FM is just full mana. GTG is something that a lot of people, military prefer, uses. Just good to go. Letting you know about whoever next. I believe I'm next on that one. Okay. So E is next, I believe. Yeah, I believe that's right. Since we're going alphabetically, and I think G has already gotten one, so we'll just skip him when it's his turn. When's the next spawn? Sure, I can run my cleric up, but I don't have the faction finished out. Wait, no. So I'm not quite sure what they're referring to. I'm sure we'll learn about it later as we level up in our guild. Still pretty low, obviously. Nope, nothing there. Nothing there. Guys, I gotta run here in a second. Ah, great, so we're about to lose our enchanter. Let's see, where's he gonna go? It sucks losing the enchanter because he was doing so great, but it's kind of nice that he planted, or maybe he just took advantage of the fact that somebody else was coming here asking for a group. Just let them know that I have somebody waiting, but there's no rush. I mean, he came here first. You were already in the group. If you want to stay for a few more minutes, stay for a few more minutes. I'm sure he'll wait. I told him it will be a few minutes before the spot clears up. I'll stay for one more pull. He must be pretty close to level, or he just wants to get that extra little experience. So what level is this guy? This guy's even to me, so he's level 11. That's going to work out great. The higher the level the people are, the more chance we will have. Oh, great. What is this, a train? Where's he running? Is he running all the way to the entrance? Come back, L. I don't know why he's running all that distance, but okay. Great. I don't think I'm going to heal this in time. Get a heal off on the pet. There we go. Both healers at the same time. In fact, I think the mage actually healed his own pet. So that works out. There we go. now he's confused on who he wants to hit. He's not sure what to do now that the tank's back. Do I want the enchanter? Yeah, I don't like that guy. He mezzed me. Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3, Oracle, 2 Legos. That's gonna be bad. I hate the Oracles. All it takes is for him to blind the enchanter, and that's gonna be messy. 50% on power. Got the Oracle on me. I'd rather it be on me than the enchanter. There he goes, right after the enchanter. Get him off of him, guys. Can't afford for him to be blind. Toss this heal. Now the Legionnaire's up. There we go. And it looks like Cavage rooted the Oracle. Now that does stop him from beating on the enchanter, but it doesn't stop him from targeting him with his spells. He's still more than capable of blinding him from a distance. Sorry, Divine, to zone again. I'm not sure what they're doing. If they're trying to go in there and get their bodies. They've been messing around with the throne room since I got here in this group. Actually, before this group even. They were pulling stuff to the wall and not sure what's going on. Maybe they're just having a hard time controlling it. And so they're dying a lot and having to do course runs. I'm not sure on that one. But we've been pulling from the throne room, and nobody's mentioned anything about another grouping in there, so I'll have to see. Enchanter's damaged, not Enchanter, Mage is damaged a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and toss him a heal. Because they get hurt so easily, I just tossed him a heal, he got hit one more time, and he's already back down to where he was. He's 77% to 95. That's not a lot of life there. But it is a lot of power, you know, considering I'm down to about 30%, so you have to make those judgment calls. Do you heal him now, or do you wait until it's life-threatening? Do you let him hang right there or teeter-totter on the brink of dying, you know, because he may go through the rest of the fight without ever needing another heal. And then again, he may grab aggro and die in 2 hits. And he probably will be pretty upset with you if you had ample opportunity to toss him a heal while he was at 50% and 2 minutes went by and you never tossed anything on him. He may be like, why didn't you heal me? Well, I mean, it's a good question. Why didn't you, you know? But 20/20 hindsight, or, you know, it's like you didn't know that was going to happen. And you were trying to save the extra power you may have used on the tank if things went bad. So, let's see. I think we're going to lose our Chantry here now. And I'll go ahead and toss the Ranger a invite as soon as he takes off. Alright guys, I gotta run. Thanks for group. Thanks for the mezzing. Did a great job. I don't think we're going to be able to handle this as well with him gone, to be truthful. We're going to have to watch the pools for sure and make sure that they're within you know, our capability now that we don't have that mezzing, because that was a lot of mobs they've been pulling all of a sudden here lately. He got the invite, and I saw it down here on the bottom. It says you invited him. Maybe he just didn't see that I tossed it. I know that's happened to me a couple of times. Groups will toss me an invite, and I'm just not looking up here at the box to see that. Oh yeah, by the way, I can hit follow. See right there. And I'm not in a hurry. Oops. Awesome. Thanks. Yeah, I'm not in a hurry for him to get in or anything. I just wanted to let him know, because I've made that mistake plenty of times myself of just not watching, especially if you've been here for a while. He's watching hockey right now, so yeah, he wasn't paying attention. Which is fine, because again, you're not in a overly difficult area for the most part, as long as the pools are somewhat, you know, controlled. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get a nasty pool from time to time, which he'll have to stop watching hockey for a second and deal with. But if you can break up the rooms and keep them broken, for the most part, you should be getting singles or a couple mobs at one time. Nothing too huge, but clearly, whoever's pooling is doing the best they can, but not necessarily doing a fantastic job. They're more than capable of tanking, obviously, but it'd be nice if they could slow down and break the rooms up a little bit. It'd make everybody's job easier, make the clerics have more power just in case something bad happens. Because you may be able to handle these horrible pools, but then keep in mind that you never know when a train is about to happen. Like, another group is going to pool stuff to you. And so you want that extra little power. You want that extra little security, knowing that not only can you handle what you're doing, but if something bad happens, you have a little bit something extra to handle that as well. Or even better yet, if it isn't even a train that happened from another group, maybe you just did it. Maybe you walked in to a little place a little farther beyond what you're accustomed to, and poof, 3 mobs happened to spawn right on top of you. You weren't expecting it. You were already pulling 2 mobs, and now you got another 3 of them on top of you because your timers were off, or maybe the server decided to just respawn all mobs all at the exact same time without any notice. That happens very, very rarely, but it has been known to happen. And so, if you can just plan to have something a little extra, when stuff like that happens, you may actually survive rather than having to do a wipe or run back to your group spot because you guys all had the zone at the exact same time because of just nastiness coming your way. So, and another 12 enchanters. So if I had just waited a few more minutes, probably could have got another enchanter to replace that last one. But I think we should. Oh, great, 2 Legos coming our way. Stand up so he's not running straight for me, although he ran right for the other healer. Let's see, 3s, 4 Centurions, 2 Legos, and a Partridge and a Pear Tree. I mean, this is going to be ridiculous on our power, and I was already pretty low. We may have to run this one. We'll have to see just how well we do. 10%. They were heading right for me. Now he's after the mage. Pretty much anybody who sits down over here gets aggro. Oh yeah, I'm gonna sit down again, punk. Yeah, not gonna do anything about it. Acting big and tough now that I don't have aggro. Not like I could really hold these guys off. They'd wipe the floor with me easily. Even at higher levels, if you're a cleric, just get used to the fact that greys are gonna kick your butt. I remember there was plenty of times I was going through a zone, and greys aren't supposed to attack you. I mean, they're supposed to leave you alone because you're such a high level that they're afraid of you. But occasionally something would happen. I'm not quite sure if it was faction or just a bug, but they would attack. And when they do, even though that they're like 20 levels, sometimes even lower than 20 levels below you, you can't deal damage at all, really, with your cleric compared to other classes. And these creatures, even 20 or 30 levels lower than you, will still have quite a few hit points. Not anywhere near what the creatures of your own level will, but they still have quite a few hit points. And so you sitting there trying to beat on them or cast your spells, which really the only way to kill them is to use your direct damage spell, which I would say probably about 90% of the time I never even had one mimed. So if you don't have one mimed, you can't really sit down and put one on because you're getting beaten. So your only option is to sit there and use your melee weapon, which sucks really bad because chances are you haven't used it since you were like level 4. You've been meditating and healing that whole time, and you haven't been using your main weapon. So it's going to take you a long time to get any hits because you're working on your skill. And then even when you do hit, even if you had your skill maxed out for whatever reason, you got in a group one day and you were just rocking it so hard with clarity that you never really had to sit down, so you decided to stand up and use your melee weapon, and you maxed your skill out. So you were like, okay, I can hit these guys. Even if you had your skill maxed out, you're still not going to probably do enough damage to kill the creature before he sits there and whittles your life down dramatically over the course of, like 20 minutes. You probably would have better luck running through the entire zone and training everything on you and tanking it, getting to the entrance, than you would have meleeing that guy down. That's how ridiculously bad you will be. I've done that plenty of times. I remember when I went to Najina with my cleric to get the little orb that spawns there off of one of the names, because I wanted the little two snow cones. You got one from Seb and you got the other one from Regina. There was other snow cones out there, and I'm calling them snow cones. They're basically a cone that looks like a snow cone almost, or an ice cream cone. A little spike on the end of it, with a little chocolate down on the bottom, and then on top would be this glowing orb. And there was a couple of them out there, but only one could fit in your offhand, and that was the one from Najina, and the other ones all fit in your main hand. And so if you wanted two of them, you had to travel over there and grab it. And I had plenty of wisdom, and I felt like being goofy, so I was like, you know what, I'll go over there and grab it. Sucky stats, no reason to get it whatsoever for stats, but the look was cool. And this was before you could have things on your character just for look, so I went over there and got that, and nobody camps the name. Like, nobody goes to Najina anyways. It's a pretty far away area. It's over by the Nectolis Forest and Lava Storm. Lava Storm is a pretty high level zone, and usually the only people who go through it are going to like Solus B or something like that. AFK while medding. So I don't know why they pulled it. People hadn't told them what their power was, but I'm fine. I think we should be good. But not a lot of people went to Najina. Not a big grouping zone. And so when I went there, not one single person in the entire zone. And I remember I had to work my way down to the bottom of the dungeon. You had to get keys off of certain creatures and unlock abilities. And once you had the keys, you kept them. You didn't lose them, but you had to have them first. So I had to kill a bunch of creatures. And I remember these guys completely and totally gray to me. And I had to fight them. And they just took all of my power to kill. I mean, it was just nuke after nuke after nuke after nuke. And I'm doing so little damage to them. I mean, my nukes are not very power efficient at that level, or at any level, really. Some of you guys may be like, what are you doing wrong? Clerics are great at tanking or at attacking and stuff. And I'm like, no, I don't know what you're doing, but it definitely wasn't what I was doing. It was not working. I could heal amazingly. I can heal, tanks that are fighting dragons. No problem. I'm not even breaking a sweat. I don't get aggravated or anything. Tanking with him or attacking, not a chance. I'm never doing that again. But I had to do it several times, and that's why I keep telling you guys, if you want to do blasting, play a different class, please, because it's not what you should be doing as a cleric. As a cleric, you should be healing and buffing, and that is it. Nothing else. The occasional pull in a raid with your hammer, but that, draw the line there. There should be nothing else, because if you want to blast, play a druid. They're perfect for it. They're great for it. You can do blasting, you can do a few dots, you can do damage shield, you can do regen, you can do healing. If you want to buff and heal, play a shaman. There's so many classes that are different variations on the same theme that you can find one perfectly for your playstyle. Don't try to force a class into your playstyle, because ultimately you may be able to do it, but you're never going to be able to do it to the extent that you could playing that other class. And people will expect it from those other classes. They won't expect it from a cleric. If you come into a group, and I used to hear about them every once in a while at high levels, they'd be like, I tell them I have to leave, and they'd be like, okay, well, we have to find a replacement for you. And, I told them ahead of time. I told them like 20, 30, 40 minutes before I had to leave. I was like, hey, I got to leave in about half an hour. I give them enough time to try to find another healer for me. Not always possible, because healers were kind of in short supply when I was playing, so some of the time I'd give them, 40 minutes, and 40 minutes goes by, and they've been searching their hearts out, and they couldn't find a healer. And I'm like, I hate to leave you guys, but I have to, I told you guys I had to leave for work, and, I still have 20 minutes to get ready and take a shower and do all that other stuff before I got to head out of here, so I would leave. But occasionally they would say, oh, yeah, we there's another healer looking for a group, and people would be like, oh, don't invite that guy. He's a warrior healer, and everybody would just crack up laughing, because it's laughable, you just do not do that. And it's just crazy that even at that level there was people, let's see, full mana, good to go. But even at that level, even at higher levels, when you're in Seb and things, there would always be some joker who thought he could do that. That would be his thing, is, oh yeah, I'm a warrior cleric, and play paladin. I mean, that's what they are. They're warrior clerics, and they can tank, and they can do a little bit of healing, and nobody will get mad that you're not sitting there meditating and you're constantly hitting with your weapon and doing no damage really, even as a paladin. I mean, that's not really your job. Your job is to take the hits and occasionally you can throw some buffs and heals and lay hands. But if you want to do the damage, play one of the damage classes: a rogue, a wizard, mage, necro. I mean, one of the countless classes they have devoted to that. So, I can kind of understand it at lower levels where people are not familiar with the classes and they're still kind of learning. They may have started a rogue thinking that they could tank a little bit and learn very differently as they play through it. And somewhere around level 15, you should be acutely aware of what that class is capable of and the direction it's going in. At 30, you should have already made your decision on whether you're going to be playing that class any longer. Because 30 will take you probably a couple months to get there. And if in a couple months you haven't quite figured out what your class is capable of doing, you're going to have some issues. You're a little bit behind the curve on figuring that stuff out. And you put a lot of effort into that character. You should by now know what it's going to do. But yeah, just play a different class. Play the class that suits your playstyle is all I can say. It's pretty much basically any game that you play, especially with MMOs. You're going to be with that character for a very long time if the game is enjoyable. So just start over if that's what you got to do. 2 weeks wasted playing a class that's not right for you is far better than 5 years trying to make a class work that was never really perfect for you in the first place. You're going to have a lot more fun in the long run if you just start over. It sucks. I know you don't like to put all that effort in and then just lose it, but has better AC and weight loss than cloth. This is for casters and just 2p now. So somebody's trying to sell this sash that has 2 AC. Unbelievable. And the way he worded it is like one of those salesmen you see on TV where there's this channel on TV. I don't know if you guys have the same channels where you live, but oh great. What is this? Another train. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Centurions. Yeah. Okay, so let's do some healing. But we have this channel on TV. I got a 12 enchanter still looking for group. We got this channel on TV that sells knives late at night. And oh great, 2 legionnaires. I'll get back to the story later because this is going to be rough. Although we killed those Centurions off pretty quick. Okay, it may not be as rough as I thought. We're actually doing some serious damage, not taking very many hits at all, so. Must be that the Centurions were pretty low. Not even sure if I got any experience for any of them. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, then we got experience off of just one. Orc Legionnaire. He still hits pretty hard. I wouldn't be making fun of him just yet. But yeah, I remember this channel. It sells knives at like 2 or 3 in the morning. And it has this one guy on it. You guys probably know exactly who I'm talking about if you've heard it. His voice is so distinctive, and he's constantly trying to sell some of the junkiest stuff. And he's actually sold me on some of this stuff before. Like they have really good tricks on those shows. They show the knife, and it looks beautiful, and it looks big. And meanwhile, you're forgetting to look at the small print that says, "Oh, by the way, the knife is only like 3 centimeters big." It's pathetically small, and they get you. Or they tell you, oh, look at this huge set, and they show this set off, and it looks so beautiful, and then you get it in the mail, and you're like, oh, this is not exactly what I was thinking, or something along those lines. I bought from them once as an adult and once as a kid. It was one time as a kid, my birthday present. I really, really wanted the first edition of Ghost Rider, the comic. And they pulled off all the stops saying that, oh, we're about to sell out. You only got so much time left, and then we're gone. And then my parents were like, oh, no, we'll get it in the morning for your birthday and all this la la la, right? And I was just like, I was heartbroken watching it and finding out that it was sold out. And the next morning they call up there, and they order it and it's shipped to them, and I'm like, what? It was sold out. How did that happen, right? And they're like, oh, because they lie to you all the time. But it's those techniques that he was using. They reminded me when he said that, just the way he worded it, and he was like, oh, it's the casters, just 2p now, and oh wait, not just that, but if you act now, you get an extra set of steak knives or something stupid like that. So let's go ahead and leave this stuff, get it off of the battlefield. I hate having just dead bodies everywhere. Makes things very hard to select people in case of emergencies. Yeah, bunch of junk in here is what it is. A lot of people have been looting this stuff and not picking up. Go ahead and loot this. I'll let them know that there's a belt here. Try to get this pawn out of the way as well. There we go. But yeah, if you guys have ever seen that show, let me know. Did you guys ever buy anything from that thing? Because they are very, very good if you're naive and not used to all the sales, tricks that they have out there. Thankfully, as I've gotten older, I've gotten a little bit wiser. I won't say I'm foolproof because I don't think anybody on this planet is. Even the salesmen who sell that garbage can be fooled by other sales techniques that are beyond their understanding or just something they haven't learned yet. But I haven't been fooled into buying any junk in some time, so I'd be interested to hear if you guys ever bought anything, and did it come out what you thought it would be, or was it a little bit less than advertised, or way less than advertised, as I've seen from countless people complain about online and things of that sort. So, but when I can't sleep and I'm up at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I don't really feel like playing a game or doing anything. I'm like in that vegetative state, and you're just like, I want to sleep, but you can't. Somebody shared a whole bunch of copper with me, I guess, and silver. Oh, the other healer, is that who he is? No, he's a tank. I wonder why he did that. I'm not going to complain, but still, that's pretty cool. I guess we're probably going to go ahead and call the episode here, guys. Seems like things have slowed down a little bit. Oh, you can even see she's up there in the tower. What is she doing up there? She goes up there, she runs down, she runs up, she runs down. I'm not quite sure what her goal is, other than to maybe cause us some havoc. But she is a level 29 cleric, so I'm not sure what she's doing. She's not dragging corpses or anything out, so. But we're going to go ahead and end it here. If you like these episodes, please hit the like button, subscribe. Definitely leave comments below. I'd love to hear back from you guys on what you're enjoying or things that you're not enjoying, places you want to see in the future. I know I got a message before, or somebody wanted to, I think it was Kevin, who said he wanted to see the Crystal Caverns. And so that's going to be cool to check them out. I haven't gone to that place in a long time, but I'll definitely get to it as soon as I'm high enough level. It's going to be a while. I think that's like level 45, 50 area. I could be mistaken. It might be higher. But as soon as I'm around that level, we'll check it out as soon as possible, and I'll show you guys videos. So if you have any ideas such as that, please leave them below, and I'll definitely hit them up as soon as I'm capable of doing so. Again, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Take it easy.